Hi, my name is David Ballard Geddis, and I'd like to talk to you a little bit more about reclaimed water here in Pinellas County and how I feel that our government over the last few decades has been serving a outside party, a third party private interest or occupation that's financed the reclaimed water. Currently, on our water charges, underwritten on our water charges is a reclaimed water availability fee, and this availability fee is a water tax. The court case 96332 that supports ratifying these bonds and gives its validity is defective. The reclaimed water availability fee is revealed as a tax in Statute 15311, Statute 29836, Statute 29856, and a few other statutes. The variance application, we've gone over the variance application for the reclaimed water. It's a fee simple title. You need to read Ordinance 97103, Section 126. 509A, Resolution 95286, Section 4C-2. Take a look at Statute 17009, 38008, and let's discuss a little bit about how all this came about over the last 40 some odd years. In the early 70s, developers came through, deed-restricted developers developing irrigation requirements as part of this deed-restricted neighborhood requirement. And what they were doing at the time, and we really didn't realize, was they were establishing appropriation rights to create a riparian, an artificially excavated riparian statehood of your property, using the navigability of your soil to kind of format legalities on what this reclaimed water occupation is basing their terms on today, their finance terms on today. And in the 80s, we were all mandated off of our septic systems in support of a sewer bond, sewer revenue bonds. It was part of a private-public, interlocal, compact partnership of sorts. And what this basically did was created a disposition in our waterways, our intercoastal. The sewage was being pumped out into the Gulf of Mexico, and they created, intentionally, in my opinion, a environmental crisis upon which to establish this reclaimed water upon. And today, what we're going to be seeing is known as a transfer of development rights. This third party, based on this variance application, is going to be literally tearing out your driveway and putting in a kind of a corporately owned septic device. It's going to take the rainwater and it's going to be called a stormwater, groundwater recharge mechanism. To hopefully rehydrate the ground that was deliberately, we've been deliberately drained of our water resource to serve this privateering of sorts. This groundwater recharge mechanism is written in this Maloney's Water Code book here, which was written in the 50s and the 60s. So this development that we've gone through over the last 40 years has neglected pertinent sections of this book to serve their interests. We're going to see an impact offset take place where they're going to be requiring gray water flow mechanisms through your home. Where they'll have reclaimed water for your laundry use and other household uses, and this third party will be charging you a annual surveillance fee. It'd be private police powers coming into your home once a year. I also mentioned at the commission meeting a few months back that I have serious issues with the nitrate levels in the reclaimed water. The mist of the nitrate, the irrigation from the reclaimed water, the nitrate levels are high enough to get us sick. Cyanosis is one typical disease from fecal. We're breathing it, fecal matter. Now, according to this Maloney's Water Code, this industry has a 5-year statute of limitations. After 5 years, if you get sick from this, they're not liable for it. I believe they've also, in this book of Maloney's Water Code, described, based on the 14th Amendment, some sort of citizenship taking. I believe we have 2 types of citizens in this nation. One that's going to own the other. And I believe that this reclaimed water occupation is all about the taking of your water resource, taking of your personal and real property. You can find that, I believe that's in Statute 15303, Section 5. It's also in Maloney's Water Code here, Section 1.23, where they're taking your property. The Resource Act of 1972, we need to go back to that and take a look at what did not happen intentionally. They omitted parts of this book. The Special Acts of 1953 delivers our water on a supply and rate basis. And the Supreme Case 96332 didn't even bring that up as an issue. They just simply swapped out your supply and rate for a privilege and an opportunity. This needs to be challenged. Everything in Supreme Court Case 96332 is defective. Article 5, Section 3B2, referenced in the case, does not compact water with other forms of utility, nor does it compact facility taxes of any kind. I believe Article 8's prevailed by Home Rule Charter. Home Rule Charter 202E states we have religious protection. And the variance application says the literal owing to the enforcement of your health, your safety, your welfare, and your religion in your variance application. The application that works as a fee simple that takes your property away from you also takes your religion. What we have here is a third party essentially undertaking your land and your water, and they're going to inactivate our government. So our government for the last, if we have to go all the way back to the 14th Amendment, has been puppeted out has been infiltrated with this third-party interest, and they're claiming their natural right to taking this charge against the rest of us, the people. But we need to pay attention to that 5-year statute of limitations, because that's kind of where we're going to get into a problem here. I'd like to go through this fluoride issue here. The fluoride, they don't test for mercury on your consumer confidence report. Now, this little fluoride brochure is printed by Citizens for Safe Water. In this book, they reference something about water for other household uses. They also reference as a separate use irrigation They mention a separate use drinking water in here. So these people already have forward thought on what's going on with the water and how they're planning on allowing this third party, as I had described. They don't describe it in this, but I describe it as this third party replumbing your home, and they'll levy upon your home value, or you personally, for it. But these people, citizens for Pinellas, Safe Water, I'm not so sure who these citizens are, but they haven't quite verified themselves as to who they are, but I'm sure they will soon, or we'll find out. Thanks.